Hello, hello. Okay, so major confession. If y'all didn't see my post, apparently I don't know my left from right. And if I'm completely transparent, I would have to confess that I kind of don't know my left from right sometimes. I still put up my left hand to make the L to remind myself, like, there's something wrong with me. I'm not sure if it was the drinking in college. I'm not sure if it was, yeah, it was probably the drinking in college. But even before that, it was always a little sketchy, this whole left from right thing. And I'm not really even sure how important it is. Hi, Kim. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Erica. Hello, hello, Gary. If you're watching, I'm so thrilled to have you, but really kind of hoping that it's Deborah watching because I'm not sure there's much I can do for you. So yeah, you guys voted on the spring look you wanted to see, or some of you did anyway. Some of you were completely ambiguous, and I just picked the wrong one. So, and I'm kind of bummed because personally, I wanted to do the one that y'all chose with the purple and the green, and that's happening tonight. So stay tuned because I'm going to be using my beauty blender, which I have not used in, or excuse me, Blenderful, which I haven't used in quite a while, because I just think it's going to be perfect for this look. And I'm going to show you a new foundation shade that we're going to have coming in fairly soon. It's called Olive 3, and it's a pretty good blend of the Shinto 2 and the Ivory that I like for everybody to have. Still standing by that I really like everyone to have the Shinto 2 and the Ivory, but this is a pretty darn good match for this time of year for me right now. I still like the flexibility of having two so that I can change with the seasons a little bit and adjust and have a little bit more flexibility with the different looks that I want to do. And I also really like the concealers, but this is more of a kind of glam look, so I'm just going to go with a full face of foundation. I'm using minimal amounts. My sponge is damp. I squeezed it out. Thanks for all the hearts. My gosh, I feel like a movie star. Wow. Mermaid makeup coming up, I promise. This is close to mermaid, but I really want a blue and green ombre wig before I do the mermaid makeup. So if any of you happen to have an extra device available, please don't leave me. Sorry, did that sound desperate? Look me up a wig and I will buy it, and we will do mermaid makeup. Oh, I'm also gonna need some fishnet hose to do scales. Just saying, find me those too, because once I get on Amazon, it's like going in, remember when you used to go to the CD store, or like, you know, the music store, and then you get in there and you completely forget like what music you like and what you even came in there for, because you just get so overwhelmed and you just start looking at everything. Yeah, that's what happens to me when I go to Amazon. They always put up those suggestions based on other things I bought, and I'm like, ooh, and then I totally forget what I went to Amazon to buy. Went to Amazon. I say that like it's a store. Hi, Samantha. Oh, girl, I want to get my hands on your face. Hey, Haley, yours too. Some of my favorite clients ever, ever, ever. All right, so I could keep going. What do y'all think? Is this a pretty solid look, or should I keep going? Do we want perfection? I'm getting a smiley face, so this is pretty good. Or was that a laughing at me? I don't really know. Let's just go for perfection. We haven't done that in a while. I've been doing this kind of naked, see-through look with our concealers, and I really like it for just kind of an everyday wear, but I have also missed my plastic Barbie face. All right, so I feel like that's a fairly solid amount. Now, I am going to switch tactics. Normally, I like for you guys to use your fingers to do the concealer, but I'm just gonna see if the concealer will work with this brush the way that it does when I'm using only concealer. You're definitely gonna have to at least take your finger to get right up between all your bottom lashes, because you're not gonna be able to get this brush close enough to get good coverage where all that pink is, and that makes a huge difference in how kind of awake you look. Yeah, as long as you keep your touch very soft. It's almost like I'm tickling my face, but I'm moving very quickly. I'm gonna cover my eyelid. You know, this foundation does not soak into your skin at all. It's wax-based, so you're protecting your skin from other makeups that might have parabens or things that you want to keep off and out of your skin by putting this all down first. So while it's called foundation, this is technically concealer, but you know what I mean. I mean, we're creating a foundation. It really kind of is a protective layer, protecting you from free radicals, protecting you from other makeups that aren't chemical free from kind of getting into your skin. And if you're not aware of the dangers of chemicals in your skincare and your makeup, you will be in the next couple of years. So mark my words, I'm using concealer number 6, slap it on there, and then go back and buff it in. The buffability is just ridiculous. It's so easy. With really good makeup, it really is this easy. Just kind of shaping the face. You can call it contour if you want. But we are using light absorption and light reflection to direct attention toward the eyes. So by creating these darker shades in these areas of the face that are not prominent, and we don't want people's attention being drugged to the hairline, drugged to the sides of the face, as long as this stays really highlighted and this is shaded, everybody's attention will go to your eyes. So it's a great way and a sneaky way to hide blemishes. Yes, sharing is caring. So please share this with somebody that you know that loves makeup. You can save the video on the screen at the top, the little drop down menu. You can save it to your saved items. And then you can send it in Messenger if you don't want to share it on your page. Gary, I don't recommend that you share this on your page. Stick to plumbing, which, by the way, I need to talk to you about on Sunday. Deborah, if that's you watching and not Gary, I'm very excited to see you on Sunday. And it is looking like I'm going to be in Dallas and Waco and Killeen all this weekend. It's a tour of Texas. Not because I'm in the high demand that I would like for that to be the reason, but because this is the month. This is the month that everything is happening for me. So it's important that I tour, you know, kind of like a band does when they have a new album. I'm just like that. All right, so this picture, darn kids used my iPad and wore the battery down and then didn't charge it. So I'm going off of memory, but I'm pretty sure it was purple on top, gold in the middle, and green on the bottom. So that is what we're going with. And Limelight doesn't have blues and greens in their shadow line, which is totally fine. So I am going to use some other products that some of you probably have. So I think this will be a great way for you to figure out how to use some of those colorful eye pencils that you have laying around without them disappearing on your face. So definitely want to check in a little bit later to see the trick on that. So we're gonna get there, but right now, I think what I'm going to do here is not set anything yet, because we're going to be playing with lots of black and purple and green. There's a really good chance that I'm going to get some makeup poop on my face. So yes, Heidi, by the way, I'm sort of inviting myself to stay at your place on Sunday night. What do you think? Assuming you have a guest room and that you're a really good hostess, because I'm kind of high maintenance. And so Yes, Sunday afternoon. Hopefully we can get together after church with Ginger and just meet and talk and do llama stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to set with powder because if I get makeup poop here, I need to be able to clean that up and then re-brighten. And our setting powder, I could layer that on, but I really like the sheer layer of it because I have drier skin, and so I'm just gonna wait until the end to do that. And so I'm just gonna leave this open, that way I can clean up and repair. Now if you're wondering why not just do the eyes first and then do the face later, it's because if my face isn't shaped right, I don't feel like I can get my eyes, I can't even focus on my eyes. That's how true it is that, you know, when you have your face cleaned up, that the attention is directed toward your eyes. It's so true that when this isn't cleaned up, my eyes are all over the place and I can't focus on creating the length and the look that I want because I'm distracted. So it just doesn't work for me. I've tried it, and maybe it's because I've been doing it that way for so long that I'm just not able to change. That's not true. You can always change if you really want to. But anyway, that's my reasoning behind it. I know, Erica. Well, it'll be soon. Nebraska's not that far. Okay, so Michelle, what do you mean? Yeah, she knows. I am really high maintenance. Just warning you, Heidi. I need a lot of wine, a really good glass, a very soft bed, lots of warm covers, a fan, a light. Please don't not have a light next to the bed. And I don't know, Michelle, what else? I really do like good steak, cooked. If you could just actually, Heidi, have Jay contact Michelle's husband and find out how he cooked that steak and exactly where he bought it, that would be ideal. That's fun. Sorry, I keep dropping brushes because I thought I was smart enough to put them all right here in front of me, which is about 2 square inches of space, and now every time I touch anything they just fly off because I can't see past this amazing mirror. Okay, chocolates on the pillow. Oh, well, I mean, that's kind of a given. Who has a guest over and doesn't put chocolate on the pillow? Silly girl. All right. Okay. Where to start? Let's do purple first. Let's pack on some purple. I'm going to use a Ben Nye color palette that I have left over from the good old days. And I'm just going to go right in here and pack on a little bit of purple. And the purple in the picture was fairly pale, so I'm going to have to layer to get the look that I want. And that, my friends, is what I hope that all of you get out of this, is that you will learn to layer and utilize makeup in a way that doesn't make you feel like you have to have 120 products. You should have some really solid, great colors, and you should be able to work with them. And if I'm teaching you well, then you'll be able to do that without falling prey to the cosmetics industry. Oh, 1,000 thread count sheets. Yeah. I mean, 1,200's a little bit better, but 1,000's fine if that's all you can do. Too much. Oh, also any cats will have to be disposed of. I'm allergic. All right, so we're packing. We're not sweeping. We're just packing on the color. I hope Amanda's watching because she can give you some advice. She's the best hostess ever. All right, I'm keeping my corner, I'm staying shy of the corner because that's where that gold color is gonna go. And I'm also not going too far on the outside. Always, you want to stay shy. You can always push the outside a little bit further and a little bit further, but when you start off sweeping makeup on and it ends up way out here, it's very difficult to push it back in. So stay shy of the outside and find your last lash and then kind of push inward with the color so that you don't accidentally go too far. And there's going to be quite a bit of blending, so I'm not going to work too hard to make this perfect yet. I'm just getting the color on there. All right, so that's kind of a dark purple, and we're going for a 5 indoor cats. All right, Ginger, you're up. No five indoor cats. My God, I think I would literally die. Okay, now I'm gonna go with pink, but I do want to come over and see your llama. You know what? This is a matte pink, so I'm gonna try a pearlescent pink that is from Limelight. It's our Lottie collection. It's this one here. I'm gonna see if this gives me that kind of lighter purple look. But no, it has so much pigment in it that it is just straight up pink right over the purple. So that's not gonna do the trick. Fear not, we will figure it out. We don't have to have lavender to make lavender. But we do have to match both eyes. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that pink to this one, but we are gonna have to keep playing with this to get it to that lavender color. Ginger, I know JR is a really good cook, so that steak may have to come from your house. I just didn't think you would have room for me. Hi, Erin. Hi, Kayla. So glad you could pop in. Kayla's a new friend. And Heidi, absolutely come see the llamas. Yeah, I can't wait to see your Belgian. And I want to know which horses are rideable. I hope it's the Belgian, because that one could probably haul my fat ass around a lot easier than any other horse. So that would be really cool. All right, so we're going for lavender, and we are so not there. I'm gonna try a little bit of that sheer color. Well, that's lavender-ish. Let's try that, a little bit of that purple back over this. Erin, if you have any suggestions, we're trying to get that lavender look. I mean, this is definitely more purple than the other one. This is that, I don't know, it's the O color from the Onyx palette. I don't know that it has a name other than O, and it's kind of that crystal-y beige shimmer color. What do y'all think? Is that lavender? Or do I just look like I have a black eye? I don't know. What about a dark purple mixed with white to lighten up the purple? Let's try it. You know what I did the other night? That's a good idea, Kayla. I mixed a little bit of our porcelain, which is not a foundation that a lot of people buy, but it should be, because it's so easy to blend with other colors to make that perfect shade. So it's great for makeup artists to have. But I used it the other day to make a pink lipstick that I wanted more of like a Barbie pink, and so I'm gonna try this. So I'm gonna mix in a little bit of our, Kayla, you're a genius. All right, look at that, we're getting lavender. So a little bit of our purple shadow, porcelain foundation on the brush, and voila. Excellent. I'm so glad you popped in, my friend. Okay. Oh, let me put some of that sheer or that crystal color over here just to make sure that we're creating the same color. All right, and so just so you kind of know what I'm doing, I'm just pulling this brush, like just slapping at it a little bit. I mean, there's no digging, there's no craziness going on here. It is the tiniest amount. This color was actually created, you know, our foundations are made by RCMA, so they've been around for a long time. They're only just newly branded as Limelight products. But this particular color was created for Queen Amidala from Star Wars, whichever Star Wars movie that was. I don't know, I'm not a geek, but I bet if Biz is watching, she could probably tell you, or anyone else who watches Star Wars. But I've kind of been on the Biz geek train lately. She cracks me up. Belgian horses, Belgian horse is a rideable horse. My grandfather used it as a working horse. So Shannon, you know Heidi? Oh, can I ride him? Do you have a saddle that fits him? I'll ride him bareback, I don't care. That would be so amazing. That would be totally worth the like bazillion hour drive that I'm gonna make across Texas this weekend. Okay, so loving it. Thanks again, Kayla. That is fantastic. So glad I could help. Loving the eye color and your hair color. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do too. I cannot tell y'all how, like, it was actually a girl at Christy Stitch's launch party, Adria. I don't know if she's watching tonight, but if she is, she came in and she just had the most amazing personality, and she had this, I can't even remember now if it was purple or blue. I'm pretty sure it was purple hair. And I just could not stop staring at her. She was like a magical unicorn, and that is what inspired me to go pink, or to put pink in it. I still am not as brave as her to go like all one color, but I'm loving it. Okay, so let's add the color on the bottom before we do the boring part of blending and adding shade, crease and brow bone color. Okay, so we got our little pencil here, and I'm going, oh, no, I'm gonna use pencils. That's what I told you I would show you. And I thought it would be later in the broadcast, but it is now. Now is the time. So I'm gonna use a dark green, and in that picture, she had black on the inside. I'm gonna go all the way in to the tear duct, and I'm sketching. My arm is against my chest, so I'm, oh, I can't stand it when my bra shows, sorry. This is one of those Sarah things from LuLaRoe, and I love it, but it's kind of more of a robe for me because it's just a little much to wear outside in Texas. South Texas anyway. So that gives me total control over the pencil. If I was standing over my bathroom mirror with my elbow up in the air trying to slap at my face, I wouldn't have very good control. And then you get frustrated, and then you think, makeup isn't that much fun. But if you will find a happy place and create a vanity for yourself, put a shelf on a wall, clear off a bookshelf, put a bar stool at it, do whatever you got to do to create a small space where you can sit. Now this is a dark green, we're going to lighten it up, where you can sit and kind of enjoy your makeup, where you can put your shoulders back, you can have your favorite things in front of you. That's how you get your game back, girls. When motherhood sucks it out of you, this is how you get it back. Okay, going back to our Lottie Lottie Dazzle palette, I'm adding a little bit of the blue to the top of that liner, and this is the trick that I wanted to show you. So liners are made of wax, and wax melts. Okay, so when you put waxy liners on your eye and they disappear, it's because they're melting. The long wearing ones probably have alcohol, and that's probably what's drying them. I can't speak for every brand, obviously, I don't know, but and that's going to eventually dry out your skin. So using a powder substance, if you've got an old eyeliner laying around that you still really like, just take a powder shadow or a translucent powder, or even a loose powder, or even baby powder. And I'm not recommending that necessarily, I'm just saying you could use it, and go over that wax, and then you're drying that wax and kind of turning it into a different animal so it stays better. And that's kind of brightening up to give us that blue-green color from the picture. And then on the inside there was black, as well as a hefty black liner, so we're going to save that for later. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good color. I am going to bring it down. I firmly believe that the further you bring this down and the softer you make it under here, the easier it will be for you to pull off a smoky eye if you think you can't. And if you think you're rocking a smoky eye and your liner underneath is a sharp line, you're not doing yourself any favors. practice one night, get yourself a bottle of wine, find your happy place, and see how far down you can bring it and how much softer it makes your look. Because when that bottom, when you're doing the inner membrane and below, and it's nice and sharp, and there's a clear delineation between the darkness of whatever color you're using and then the rest of your face, you are creating more competition for someone else's eyes to find your eyeballs. So we're just softening, softening, softening. Oh, so very lightly. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay. All right, so now we'll do some crease color. I'm gonna pop into number 40. My favorite crease color. And give myself a little bit of depth right here. This is the Dome Blender brush. Pretty sure all of our brushes are sold out right now and until June, except for three of the most important ones. These, the Buffer, the Tapered, and the Brow Tamer. Everything else you'll have to wait for. And dadgummit, next time I tell you to order a flippin' brush set, just do it. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? I mean, what are y'all waiting for, really? It's like saying, as soon as I have extra money, we'll have kids. Or soon, you know, waiting for the right time. It's never gonna come. You're never gonna have, yeah, I just compared buying makeup brushes to having children. Slightly insensitive. No one's ever accused me of being overly sensitive. No standing allowed. No standing. You just can't. You just can't do it. I can't even put, I mean, even when I see other makeup artists standing and applying makeup to someone while they're standing, I'm like, how, like I'm practically sit on people and hold their head in my hand so that I can get what I need out of them. Okay, so there we've got some crease color. Now we need some brow bone color. This is number 31. Look at that beautiful pigment. Woo! Did y'all see the pictures of my dad? Holy crap. He came in about 9:30 last night, and he lives on property with us. And he drives a motorcycle, but we have a truck available, so he didn't have to, but he did. And a herd of Axis, which are out here everywhere, just ran right over, like over him, like into the bike, knocked him over, road rash all the way down his left side, left arm, like everywhere. It was like, I was trying not to vomit. It was so disgusting. So I'm trying to clean him up and get him bandaged up and assess, you know, the wounds. But it was everything I had not to pass out. I just kept telling myself, be strong, be strong. And my friend Michelle, she's on here tonight. Thank you, Michelle, told me about layers of separation and how doctors, you know, like wear gloves and mat, like all of those layers of separation help you be able to deal with trauma, especially when it's somebody that you care about. Or anyway, it was craziness. So I'm gonna go in before I forget and do that gold in the corner. I'm gonna use, again, our Dazzle palette. This little baby just doesn't get enough action. And we got plenty of shimmer in this one. I mean, look at that. It's like a freaking strobe light. This is a hardcore, I mean, y'all, seriously, if you could see the tiniest amount of this stuff, it's like, really, they're the Sharpies of the eyeshadow world. All of our eyeshadows are. Okay, wow. Okay, I'm gonna keep pressing forward because this is what I teach people who take my classes. Like, trust the process. You've got to trust the process. You're in the middle of it and you're like, this cannot be right. You just got to push through. Hey Melissa, I'm so sorry that I'm not gonna get to see you this weekend. I can't believe that as many times as I'm in town, we have not connected. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it's gonna happen someday. You've inspired me to get the Lottie palette. I've been scared of it. Oh, you know, I am too, Candace. And please, for the love of Pete, girl, would you go make your videos public? I need to see them. I've heard they're amazing and I can't see them because they're not public. What the heck? The world needs you. Brows. Brow tamer. Get the blue off so we don't have blue brows. And in that picture, her brows are very curved and they're fairly blonde. So I'm going to completely ignore that and do them the way that I like them. Okay. I'm going to skip the spray tonight. All right. Sandwich, brow sandwich, okay? Top, bottom, fill in the middle. Arm pressed tight. Arch should be above the outside of the iris. If it's not naturally, fake it. Pluck it, do what you gotta do, but make it happen. And they should start right above the tear duct. All right, now I'm gonna fill them in. I usually use the setting spray. I'm skipping that step tonight because I heard Candace's videos are so amazing because they're so short, said Erin. I don't have very short videos. I try. I just can't stop myself. I have a question. Does the 10 years younger spray give you a more dewy look? Yep, that's exactly what it does. And it actually sets our foundation. So if you don't like a powder at all, or you don't have one, or you just want a more versatile product, the setting spray will give you that dewy look. It will also make everything rock solid. I would recommend after spraying it though, if you're gonna set our concealer with it, that you spray some onto a small brush or sponge and just very, very lightly tap right under your eyes just to make sure that you're not gonna get any pooling right underneath. You know, these are pro products and which means they're not always the simplest products, but they're definitely worth you know, figuring out because of the longevity and the incredible wear that you're gonna get out of it. Okay, I'm gonna put a few little dark pieces in to my brows just to give them a little bit of depth. You're welcome, Shannon. Am I gonna get to see you on Sunday? Are you coming out to play? Horse people are the best people. Or sometimes they're the worst. It's true. I think some horse people are horse people because they have no idea how to be people. But most of them are just the best. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty darn good brow, if I do say so myself. Now, let's see if we can turn this donkey into a unicorn. Holding my elbow, making my line. It's so hard for me not to just automatically stick the brush in my other hand. But I'm determined to build the muscle memory until it's easy to do, or at least easier. And I promise you that it is possible because I have done it with my index finger for doing concealer. I've been able to do it to clients. It looks pretty damn good. Need a little bit more color there on the end. I've got a little like mole right there, so I've always got to work on getting that color. That way when I move and turn, and you should always be moving and turning so you see what everybody else sees from a profile. See, I wouldn't have known that that line right there looks kind of weird if I hadn't turned and paid attention to other parts of my face other than what I see in the flat mirror image, which nobody else is going to see all day long except you. As you look at people throughout the day, recognize that you usually see one of their ears and not both. And that'll help you remember. See, now this one's better than that one. So we got to go make this one better. It'll help you remember how important it is to learn to use your left hand on the left side of your face, or if you're, you know what I mean. All right, still just a little bit opposite problem that I had the other night. Remember, I could not get the other one, but that was because I was doing rounded brows, which is not my thing. Okay, so I'm going to use my concealer brush to do some carving. As soon as I find my concealer. And that's going to help perfect the brows a little bit. Really good brows are just not fast. People keep asking me, can you do a tutorial? Can you shorten the tutorial on the brows? Can you make it faster? Well, yeah, if you don't want them to be awesome. And here's the thing, they don't need to be awesome if you're just doing casual makeup, but if you want to create if you want to pull off purple and green and gold eyeshadow, everything else needs to be pretty freaking awesome. Otherwise, it's going to look really distracting. There we go. Hi, Lee. Have you gotten all your stuff? Do you need help with any of it? It can be super intimidating, and I've even heard of some of you getting all of your makeup in and letting it sit there for a month because you don't remember what I told you to do with it. So call me and I will come over and show you. Don't call me. I never answer my phone. Message me. That would be better. Hi, Rachel. Rachel's gonna make director. Rachel's getting a promotion. Okay. Yes, Shannon, I can come to North Carolina, no problem. Is that what it's gonna take to have a play date with you? Yep, you better buy a shitload of makeup, girl, if I'm coming all the way to North Carolina. I'm just saying. But I would totally do it. When you're ready to commit to some serious makeup, you should probably buy it from Heidi, but I will come up there and make sure that you know exactly what to do with it. And I've always wanted to go to North Carolina. Actually, they have these horses there. You probably know about them. The ones that live in the Outer Banks. I forget what they're called. But they're incredible. And they're kind of like making a comeback. People are loving them. You did get all of it. Okay, so how are you feeling confident with it, Lee? Okay, we're gonna switch to eyeliner. I'm going to, instead of using my liquid eyeliner, I want to show y'all, in the spirit of using as few products as possible to achieve good results, I wanna show you how to use our setting spray and the black eyeliner to create a liquid eyeliner look. So I just sprayed the setting spray on my brush, and I'm gonna go into our black from the Onyx palette, and I'm going to create some liquid eyeliner. And this is a process. This is not going to happen in one fell swoop, so don't try. Whoop. Alright, so there's lots of tutorials out there on different ways to do this. I usually just wing it. No pun intended. Lee, you missed it earlier. I was talking to my dad. Laid his bike down yesterday because some deer ran into him. And he has got road rash from head to toe. Actually, his head was okay. Let's sharpen that up a little bit. All right. So I kind of get my shape down and then I go back and fill it in, but I do it in lots of little pieces. I don't try to pull it all the way across until I'm just fixing the top line. Tara, if you're watching. Tara was doing geisha makeup the other night, and that girl has the finesse of a bullfrog. She's like pressing that liner in and pulling it across, and I just wanted to like go over there and just gentle. And I did tell her she has the finesse of a bullfrog, and she laughed and thought it was hilarious. So I'm not being ugly. I said it to her face on Messenger. All right. She has the greatest sense of humor ever. Just kind of get it on there, build your confidence, stay close to the lash line. Make sure you go all the way to the tear duct. Don't just start at the first lash. Your eyes curve, so must your makeup. And I've still got plenty of setting spray in the brush that it still feels very wet and liquidy. And our liquid eyeliner pencil is awesome, but if you're not wearing a liquid liner look all the time, then it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to buy it just for the once in a blue moon that you're going to use it. So just know, because having a black eyeshadow is a bit more of a basic for most people. So just know that you have the ability to do that with kind of your basic Limelight makeup. What is your basic Limelight makeup, you ask? Yeah, poor Papa. It is concealers and foundations so that you have the flexibility to make your face whatever level of coverage you want any time of the year, and that you only have to buy those products once a year or even once every year and a half. Yeah, you heard me right. A good brush set is a basic. Now I'm going to tight line up here. And, oh, y'all, somebody tell me when my bra strap is short. I knew this was going to happen. Sometimes I do these and I don't even wear a bra. And I usually have on pajama pants and I just put on fancy earrings and a shirt. And see, once you get a good point, don't go jacking with it. There. So everybody's eyelids are a little bit wrinkly. To get that smooth line, you have to have a good brush, and you have to be able to just pull it oh so gently across to smooth that top line out. And your brush should not have any product on it. It should just be smoothing out the product that's already there. So you're not going in and adding another line on the top. You're just taking what's there, clean off your brush, and pull it across. So back to basic Limelight package. Like, you know, what does it look like to just have a set of pro makeup that you know that you could learn and grow with, build, you know, your confidence, build your craft. Foundations, concealers, number one. The setting spray is critical. Brush set is critical. Like that is your starting place. Setting powder, bronzer, blush, that's like your face. Eye makeup, you know, I'm using some other eye makeup, and I still have, you know, lots of, I love our shadows, and if we had blue and green, I would definitely be using those, but we don't, so I keep some others on hand. Because I'm a pro, I mean, and because you probably have some left over. I don't know what I did with one of my eyelashes, so we're not doing lashes tonight. I was, but now I can't find them, so I'm not. So basically getting your face, like once you ace that, then building from there your lip colors and having, you know, 3 really solid colors and being able to blend them into whatever you want based on the color and the tones that you prefer. That would be the next step. And then I think adding eye makeup would be kind of that's usually the last thing that people add on. Not because of any other reason than they probably already have a bunch of eye makeup, and it's foundation that most people struggle with. When I ask people, you know, what do you not love about makeup? That's usually the complaint. Their foundation doesn't stay, it's never the right color, it looks too cakey, it looks too thin, it looks too drippy, it leaves a line, it, you know, blah, 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 blah. So I cleaned up. It turns out I didn't have much makeup poop at all. I'm really good at this. And it's a good thing because I'm not real good at pretty much anything else. So I'm going to take my setting powder and I'm going to set. And this setting powder, not only is it going to lock everything down and make it waterproof, sweat proof, cry proof. I mean, remember, this is what they're using on sets in Hollywood and stuff. So it has to be able to stand up to all those costume changes, bright lights, moving around, stunts, you know, whatever. Yeah, where was I? Let's see. Do we have any? Oh, Amanda, I was talking about you earlier. Go back and watch. Hey, Natalie. Natalie. You don't know how lucky you are, girl, that I have not been. Look at my hair. Natalie did this, y'all. I drive 2.5 hours to get my hair done. Not nearly as often as I should. And she does, she colors and she cuts. So usually if somebody is way better at one than the other, I mean, it's kind of like me, like I'm really good at hair and I'm really good at makeup. Not cutting, coloring, I don't do that, but just styling. And the fact that she is so good at both means that this is just a natural gift for her. And then she has like crap loads of experience too. Cheesy grin, because you're never going to get your blush high enough and it makes your face look droopy. You'll never put it high enough, I promise you, if you don't do this. All right. Let's see. Oh, so Natalie is in Round Rock, and I don't care if you live in Dallas, she's worth the drive to go get your hair cut and I mean, like, seriously, she's just a gifted artist. Like, she gets hair. She knows exactly how to make it just do exactly what you want. Where are we? Lips. Sorry, lost my train of thought because I can't stop looking at my hair. What do you, ash, purple? I'm not even asking y'all, I'm just going for it. Yeah, that's happening. Y'all feel like this is accurate to the picture? Am I missing anything other than mascara? I will get there. Hi, Sarah. You were just about to say you love my hair. Well, you can thank Natalie for that. I mean, I think she should change her name of her salon. To Unicorn. Unicorn, like, manufacturing plant. Is that too long to fit on a business card? I know you'll feel like business cards are so 10 years ago. I don't do business cards anymore. And here's why. When you hand someone your business card, You put all the control in their hand. And they're gonna lose it. Hi, Joy. I'll be in Dallas this weekend. You wanna get together? I have Saturday night open. When you give someone your business card, you're just handing them the information and hoping that they're gonna call you. So Facebook is my new Rolodex. Like I always have my phone on me. So as soon as I make a connection with somebody and I feel like it's appropriate, I'm like, hey, can I look you up on Facebook and friend you? And then they always say yes, because you've made a personal connection. It's always a little weird when you don't know somebody unless you have mutual contacts. So I just friend them on Facebook, and then I immediately send them a message, because if I forget their name, at least I can scroll through my messenger and see who I've messaged recently and stay in touch that way. It's kind of a hard habit to get into if you're not used to it, but so is not opening your mouth when you're putting on mascara. Do you know why we do that? Because it stretches out your face and it keeps your lashes from touching your brow bone. So you put your chin back, and you really should be sitting back and doing this, but I can't do that when I do tutorials because then you can't see me up close. And I know y'all like to count my nose hairs, which I don't really have anymore because I finally bought these little things that we have called Twizzlers, and I didn't know what they were. I'll see if I can find them and show them to you. They're in our inventory, and I was always like, I don't even know what those are. Like I'm fine with my tweezers. I don't think I need those. They're not tweezers. They're tiny little scissors. So I was at Rachel's house recently, I think. Was it Rachel's house? Where am I staying? Well, I may stay with you. I have to be in Weatherford. How far are you from Weatherford? I was gonna stay at Aaron's because I have to be somewhere at 8:00 a.m. on Saturday morning in Weatherford. So no loungy fun time like we had last time. Amanda's the one that I told y'all is like the world's greatest hostess and takes such good care of me. Michelle does too. And Michelle's husband Dwayne does a pretty damn good job on steak. But Michelle's never left me little notes and chalkboards and little baskets full of tailored products just for me. She did, however, drive all the way out here one time to help me catch a wild horse. That's right. You heard me. A wild horse. All right, pull the mascara off of the wand to do your bottom lashes. Personally, hi Janice. I was talking about you today. I asked Alicia if I could come over this weekend and do y'all's makeup for headshots, if that was something that you wanted, because I know she still doesn't like our foundation and concealer, and it's because of me. I taught her wrong all those years ago. Well, I didn't teach her wrong. It just doesn't translate what she learned then to this product. You just have to do it a completely different way. And I am 100% certain that that's just not happening for her. So I wanted to come by and show her. And I was gonna do y'all's hair and makeup so you could do some, they're realtors. If you need a realtor, and oh, I shouldn't even open that door because Joy, you're a realtor. There's a lot of realtors on here. It's a good thing I have so many cats because I don't have stellar hostess abilities like others. Yeah, no kidding. And I would have slayed you for that. I'm sure your hostess skills are amazing. But I'm pretty sure Amanda also took like special classes or something. European butler classes. I don't know. Okay, what do y'all think? Is this a pretty close match? I feel like I'm losing my purple. Like I covered up too much of it. We just need just a tiny bit more. And it was kind of a pain in the neck to get it. So let's see if I can pull it off. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take it straight off my lips. It's a little more pink, but there we go. That kind of brightened it up a little bit. I'm using my lip brush. I'm just going to pull some of it off. This is not intended for your eyes. I legally have to say that, so if you put your lipstick on your eye and it hurts, don't. There. That gives that little bit more pop that helps you find the color here and the color here and the color of the earrings. And so when those colors find each other, it helps the blue color of my eyes just become a little bit more of a resting place. I know that sounds like a lot of weird mumbo jumbo, but it's absolutely true, and it's basically what the cosmetics industry isn't teaching anyone. They're just hoarding it all to themselves for their models on magazines and TV. Anyway, these things are amazing for your nose hair. Yeah, I mean, they're so tiny. And they're also really good for trimming eyelashes when they're just, never trim them this way, because those hairs kind of, oh, I got powder all over me. Those hairs kind of taper from the base, so if you cut them off lengthwise, they're gonna look stubby. But when you have to trim the length of the lash because it's too long in the, you know what I mean. These are great for that. But the only other thing I've been able to do with them is trim my nose hairs, but it's awesome because those little things you stick in there, they're supposed to just, doesn't work. And my flamingo razor, that's just kind of gross. So I'm really liking these things just for that. I don't know, you should try it. It's a fun little tool to have. Okay. Oh, you are available. Okay, well, message me and let's, you would be totally disappointed if I have, oh, that's okay. I don't expect amazing hostess skills from anyone unless they say, hey, would you like to stay with me? In which case, you better bring it. So Heidi, you're off the hook because I totally invited myself. And I just spit on the camera. Yeah, classy. That's what makes this real, y'all. That's what makes this real. All right, I'm gonna take a fun picture and erase all my wrinkles in the picture so I look like this. See how easy that is to do? Yeah, I'll see you guys Monday. Foxes, those of you that are watching, I think we're gonna move this to a live, so stay tuned.